Good afternoon. How are you today? Well, it's a little warmer, 40 sky, a little blue, wind is low, so it's not bad here in Virginia. So, what's going on in the world? Uh, if you listen to anything on the radio or TV, even if you read the newspapers and what people say, we have a kind of political epistemology, which we try to figure out how the government, how we in politics judge wisdom. It appears that most of the players think it's enough to talk and to express an opinion carefully, but don't get too close to action. And what could we possibly be talking about? Same old issue. We had an attack on our government on January the 6th, a year and about a month ago. And there is not a single person in the center of that conspiracy that has been charged with anything, has been called before a grand jury, has been prosecuted. I believe they decided to chase the rioters, which so occupied the resources at the Justice Department. They probably had a decent argument. Hell, we don't have any other people to go, talk to Trump or Bannon or Giuliani or any of these guys who've been involved in this plot. But the most amazing thing to me is that this guy on the weekend basically issues violent threats, invites people to do it, says he'd pardon them, and he's not called on the carpet anywhere in America. There's no FBI agent debriefing him. There's no prosecutor issuing a subpoena to the grand jury. There's no local official that's filed out a warrant for making such threats, either on the state level or the federal level. And still we have politicians say things like, no man is above the law. Well, I can name a couple, and they are above the law, and we don't do anything. So why is Garland a coward? Because Biden doesn't want him to do it. Isn't that obvious? Do you think Garland could exist there if the president wanted him to go after Trump? No, these guys, the same error from the beginning of this guy going down an escalator until now has been, it's just Trump. It'll go away. It'll be okay. Well, the next time it won't be. He may succeed. Because that is the history of these kinds of takeovers by dictators. And that's what he is. And out in the open air, he threatens to do things to people. And no one, including the targets, do anything about it. Like say, okay, give me security and issue a subpoena to that guy. I figure the DA in Georgia is, in Fulton County, I figured that she'd be right on it. If somebody threatened me and I had the power of subpoena, we would have them called on the carpet. But no, not in this America where no man is above the law. I'm astonished. And then you hear the talking heads. Somebody described Barr, that is the former attorney general, who basically had a contract to do whatever he was told to do by Trump. They're talking about him as a guardrail to misconduct by Trump. Hell, if he knew about this stuff, why didn't he tell us? That's misprision of a felony, by the way. And then somebody else described Rudy Giuliani, who was going to the Defense Department to get them to seize voting machines. They described him as a guardrail. If you can't identify the function of these people as enemies of the state, as usurpers of a democracy, of proponents of autocracy, then you have no business either commenting on it or being in the field of action that defends our republic and restores it and preserves and protects it. And we are not doing that now. What more do we need? It's like people thumb through the most outrageous things that happen, and then they kind of shrug their shoulders and do nothing at all. And I think the worst are these apologists for the Justice Department. I'm sick of them, that they believe the Justice Department must be doing something. Well, then where is it? We don't see it. It's not happening. Documents were produced to the Congress that were torn up by the president, then President of the United States, Trump. Among those documents are ones to see that they can seize machines. Luckily in the government, there are some people who resisted it. Why didn't we know about it when it was happening? If we knew about these things, the breadcrumbs toward the day of attack of the Capitol, then we might have been able to do something about it. But we didn't know about it because these people knew about it and then did nothing about it. So, epistemological politics seems to mean knowing something and pretending you don't until you're caught and then admitting it, but still such disclosures prompt no remedial action to punish these people. So that's kind of my wandering thoughts today, late today. So I hope you had a good day, and I'm looking for a patriot. I'm looking for a government official. I'm looking for a court judge. I'm looking for organizations to say and do the kind of things that restore intelligence to us, that restore the notion that epistemology and knowledge is real, and that it doesn't have different dimensions. It is an ideal. And the knowledge that we're talking about here is a corrupt and evil man managed to get in the White House with the support of 40% or so of this nation, even with tricks and interference from a foreign government. And now when he's lost, he's trying to do it by all manner of illegal and unlawful acts. This is not tolerable. This cannot stand. We have to change it. And so, here we are on our roadway. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.